bensound.com. 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 bensound.com.
Recording in progress.
Hello.
Hey, Jonas.
Yes. So, the stream is live and we're ready to go. If everyone's ready.
Okay. Oh, shoot. I think,
We're
did we
ready
lose
for
Bunzi? I'm sorry. What would you say, Pop?
I'm just waiting for Matt.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay. Give us a second then.
Oh, cool. Then we've got Bunzi back.
Yo, can
Sweet.
you guys
Hey,
hear me
hey.
yet? No.
Yeah, a little bit, but
It's fucking whack.
I know it's my computer is.
Oh, there we go. Hey guys.
Okay. Yo. Okay. We just need Matt to join. And then just so I have inventory, I think there was a couple more folks, but
Yeah, we're waiting for Sid from Bima.
Okay.
Message.
I'll
Ooh,
just
we got
transition the
slacks,
stream
by the
dude.
way,
over to the stream.
well, Jonas, it looks like the audio is live on the live stream right now. So
Yeah. So I'm
Oh,
just
cool.
switching over scenes as well now. So,
Oh, okay.
welcome everyone from chat and from YouTube. They're here now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Wait, Bunzi, I'm gonna mute you real quick, and then I'll be dishing it off to everybody for intros shortly. Hey, Rachel. Okay, bye, Rachel. That is our HR, just in case anything happens. Just kidding. All right. Let me go.
Hi, everyone.
Hey. I think we are. You could go ahead and let's get this thing going. I'm just making sure that we're live on YouTube. We got Jonas moderating the chat.
Yes.
And let me go ahead and share my screen. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and get started. Apologies, everyone who's listening on YouTube right now. I actually had no idea that the audio was going, and thank goodness I didn't cuss. But that aside, we are very, very excited to announce the challenges and more details surrounding OP Hack 001, which is the first installment of what we are aiming to be the biggest hackathon series. The submissions will be going live tomorrow, Wednesday, July 24th at, I believe, 8 a.m. Eastern time. So be on the lookout for that. But we are here to allow the builders to get a quick preview of the challenges. You'll get to meet the sponsors, and we'll share some resources and a couple of the sessions that we've got going on for the hackathon. And by the way, my name is Annalisa. I am marketing girly here at BiddleBox. Happy to be joined by Jonas, who is the numbers marketing dude at BiddleBox. We've got Rachel, our HR, here just in case anything happens. But I will go ahead and dish it off to our sponsors. And Bunzi, since you're on camera, I'll let you lead with the intro. And where are you from? Who are you with?
All right. Yeah, I was probably the guy saying bad words before it went live, but no, I'm Bunzi. We are super excited to bring a hackathon around Bitcoin. The idea around it was there's just a lot of developer tooling that lacks around Bitcoin. So when I started talking with Matt from Arch, this seemed like a no-brainer to really get a lot of things and developers over to this ordinal ecosystem that's growing. But for the track that we're doing, Seize Control is sponsoring the public good open source track, which I believe, back to my thesis, is when you go to Ethereum, there's a lot of developer tooling out of the box. You got WagMe, you got Hardhat, a lot of tools to instantly get an environment going. So at OmniSap, we just released Laser Eyes. So we're doing a lot of bounties against that. So what Laser Eyes is think about it just like WAGMI for Bitcoin ordinals. And I believe this is going to reduce a lot of friction for new developers, simply because when you create a new app, you can now get all the wallet connects and just start creating rather than hitting all these really high friction points. So I assume the other devs in the chats can know what I'm talking about. If anyone doesn't, I would love to answer questions, but I'm just really excited to be a part of such a cool thing and participate in the open source public good realm. We just submitted like our tracks and bounties. It's not super sexy. We don't have the biggest prize pool, but the sponsors have made, we have $5,000 to distribute to people that are, interested in contributing to the ordinal ecosystem in this way. And I really hope people, see it. Yes, there's prize and money around it, but really there's a bigger opportunity here to really build out tooling to help onboard the next 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 devs, because the opportunity that is on Bitcoin right now is really high, and we simply just lack the developers. So really excited to be a part of it. I'm learning a lot from this side. Build-A-Blocks is the dashboard's awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we get in. And yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
So,
And
so let's add, Bunzi, though, that just because the prize pool is 5,000 today doesn't mean that's where it's going to end up. We're still, talking with sponsors and people that are interested in providing support to these prize pools to further, accelerate the development of the ecosystem. So we may be able to expand on that prize pool as time goes on. Of course, this ends in mid-August, so quite a bit of time before then. So just want to add that.
Let's go. You heard it first. Oprah's going to come in with some sponsors. You get a sponsor. No, but it's going to be great. I love everyone else, all the other teams that are helping put this together. I got nervous because I got picked first. But I hope I helped paint the picture of what our track is doing. And I think, I think this is just going to be a really cool thing. And if you're at Nashville, we have a co-working station. So come stop by.
ooh, I got a slide for that.
Oh,
you.
dope.
Yeah.
So, for everyone that says they're in the trenches all the time, prove it. Come work with us. And if you're a trader or just want to collaborate, we got projectors, whiteboards, bunch of power stations, bunch of Red Bull. So it's on. But yeah, really happy to be here. Shout out to Arch for really spearheading this and Build-A-Blocks for the platform. I'm super bullish on this idea and just kind of surprised that more people aren't doing it. So really happy to be a part of, one of the most impactful hackathons I think ordinals will see.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Because I didn't really, I know we have some like anon names out here, but Flex.
That's me. Yeah.
Hey,
right
man.
here. So how you doing? So yeah, glad to be here representing the Proto Runes track for this hackathon. And so what that's going to be is kind of our own spin of programmable runes. So you can develop the first generation of Proto Runes sub protocols. So we're about to publish the repo, so you guys can actually take a look at what that means. And so yeah, really happy. All this stuff still kind of in the open source mindset. These software stacks are all open source, so really want everyone to jump in and start building it. And just DM me if you have any questions. If you want to learn more about the track, I'm Judo Flex Chop on Twitter, and you can reach me anytime. I'll be in Nashville, and really thanks a lot for Build-A-Blocks Arch Network. I appreciate everyone for making this happen.
Thank you. Let's see. And Matt, I'm gonna have you go last so you can.
We should give
Arch
him an
Network
invite
is
to the
this guy.
Discord, by the way, in case anyone has any questions for the Proto Runes track in the Discord. Might be
Absolutely.
more direct path as well.
Yeah, will do. All right, cool. So up next, Siddharth, since you are on camera, I'm gonna call on you. What's up? Who you with? Oh, also, by the way, we are going to be going through the challenges in detail too. So yeah, but I appreciate the early alpha and insight.
Yeah, awesome. So sweet. Let me just change my name because I want people to know where I'm coming from.
My
So
bad.
I am. All right, cool. Sweet. So yeah, guys, I am sort of Sid from Bima, and today what we're doing is really we're trying to build an omni-chain stablecoin backed by Bitcoin. I think the basic premise of this is we really want utility. Think of it like a credit card, right? A majority of people they choose credit cards for several reasons. The two topmost are yield and utility. I can get credit, I can get savings on my debit, or I could use it for cash back, I could use it for miles, I could use it for rewards. That's how we're thinking of the stablecoin space as it pertains to something, especially that's something Bitcoin backed. So our sort of focus, we'll get into it later. It's really focusing on yield and utility. How can we really create as much usage of a stablecoin in today's world, whether it's in Web2 payments, RWA, on-chain degenerates, whatever it is. But we really want to be everywhere, EVM, stacks, Solana, runes, ordinals, you name it. We want to go to the user, make sure that we could basically collateralize any type of asset that is Bitcoin related or derivative to Bitcoin. So the end user can find multiple ways to sort of, debase and delineate their yield, uh, and sort of hedge against the volatility of Bitcoin using a stable. But I mean, the market is like, I mean, the total addressable market for this is awesome. I think people need something like this. Um, so we're coming out with USBD, and of course, down the road, we're going to be opening up more localized currency variants. So you're going to see soft pegs to the Argentinian peso, Singapore dollar, Riyadh, the dirham, in UAE, the yuan, the yen, and so on. But we really want to make some sort of a global currency, really that's backed by this vision of Bitcoin. But that's us.
Awesome, thank you. Let's see who else we got here. Dirty Frog. It looks like Dirty Frog dropped. Zeth.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Let me just turn my video feed on. I'm like literally in the middle of I just got to Nashville and I just went out to get some food. Yeah, can you see me?
Yep.
You can see me? Okay, I cannot see myself, so I don't know if I got like food on my face or anything. But here, let me put on my orange hat because that's that's the project that you guys gonna be building on. It's BitBoy is the we are building a gaming device, Bitcoin. The name BitBoy is derived from Bitcoin plus Game Boy, and the whole idea is to we started out inscribing gaming code onto ordinals, and then initially the idea was to put the game code to put those games onto a handheld gaming device, and then you can play the device and earn BRC20 tokens, Runes tokens, and after we started having this physical device, we decided to make it into a platform where people can launch their games on this device, and we can make it play to earn, and it can be your token, it could be our token, it could be a dual token, in terms of play to earn, and that's the play to earn aspect of the device. And also there's an mining component to it. This is the main menu. You can kind of see there's sorry of the blurry effect. Anyway, there's a mining element to it whereby it actually we put in a mining software, and there will be more coming up. But what you see right now is a mining program to mine Bitcoin based on a lottery mining pool. So every single block is kind of opening a lottery, and you have like a tiny, tiny, tiny chance of winning a full Bitcoin block. And it's enabled because the device connects to Wi-Fi, and it utilizes it's very low powered chip in the device, but it uses whatever power is there to join the mining pool. So here you see like Bitcoin price, you see the pool's block height and the fee rate and how much mining contribution you're making to the pool. So the whole idea behind the device is to merge together play to earn and mining into one device that is very degen and very enjoyable for anybody who's looking to learn more about crypto and learn more about Bitcoin, and to hopefully utilize this device to onboard more, Web2 people into Web3 through gaming. So for the hackathon, we're looking for projects to build games that will launch on the device. We have the few key requirements are that number one, this is an Android device, so the game needs to be Android compatible. It could be an Android APK, it could be an Android web app. We have a 4:3 screen. Most games that are built for mobile would be a much longer vertical screen, but we asked for a 4:3 playable on this screen size, and then also mapped to these physical controls so that it's you're not playing on a screen. It is a touch screen, by the way, so you can touch and control it, but we definitely feel that there is a nostalgia element where you play by the physical controls and to enjoy the form factor that is this tiny pocketable BitBoy. And yeah, that's everything from me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's super dope. And then I believe lastly, I'm running through the list. Lastly, we've got the band who brought us all together here, Matt of Arch Network. How's it going, Matt?
GM, doing great. How's everybody doing?
Amazing. Everyone else.
Right. Yeah, so I guess we'll talk more about the information about all the challenges and the tracks here in a bit, but I'll just introduce Arch Network and a little bit about what we're hoping to see out of this hackathon. So Arch Network is bringing Turing-complete smart contract functionality to Bitcoin's base layer, and why that's significant is that's where all of the 1.3 trillion in liquidity really is sitting in terms of Bitcoin. So for an application developer who wants to build hopefully the next Uniswap or the next Curve that could be potentially worth multiple billions of dollars, you want to be building where the liquidity already is. You don't want to be building on a chain where you're hoping that eventually that liquidity will ultimately come and be forced to kind of share what limited amount of liquidity is for all the applications that are built on that chain. So that's what Arch really represents. Is we're the only platform that really allows you to build smart contracts natively on Bitcoin. We've abstracted away all the complexities when it comes to building smart contracts like Bitcoin script and a lot of the UTXO knowledge that is needed to build smart contracts. We've essentially made it so that application developers and projects can utilize our framework and smart contract infrastructure so that they can build whatever type of decentralized application on Bitcoin. So hoping to see a lot of creativity and net new things for Bitcoin, but I would encourage a lot of people to look at what's worked well in other proven ecosystems like Ethereum and Solana and try to draw from that experience and bring something that can potentially be actually used by Bitcoin ecosystem. Because I can assure you there are a lot of wallets out there with lots of Bitcoin waiting on pins and needles to do something ever since this whole new programmability on Bitcoin became possible, and there just hasn't been anything that has surfaced quite yet. Part of that is because a lot of these teams are still in process of working, and another reason is there hasn't really been an infrastructure and tooling element that is ready to tap into this demand. So that's what Arch is hopefully going to be, and we're excited to see what the community comes up with here in the hackathon.
Awesome. Thank you so much for putting this together and bringing together all these amazing sponsors. I'm super excited. I mean, it's time for developers to start building on Bitcoin. It's way long overdue. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of this hackathon, everyone. But for those of you who are tuning in either now or in the future, if you are not aware yet of OP Hacks or OP Hack, this is the very first installment brought to you by all these sponsors that we have here, including also Seize Control and Laser Eyes. We've got submissions will be opening on July 24th through August the 14th. We will be setting challenges live a little bit early as we are discussing the challenges in this here kickoff. There will be technical workshops and office hours July 29th to August 2nd. Virtual the hackathon will be taking place virtually on BiddleBox, but there will also be IRL building, as I've got on the next slide, and we've got up to 75K in prizes. And as Matt mentioned, the prize pool could possibly grow throughout this hackathon as we bring on more sponsors potentially. So that's super exciting. Got the QR code here. If hopefully it shows up good on YouTube, but if you'd like to scan and register for the hackathon, if you haven't already, you could go ahead and get started. All right. And this just in, actually, I saw the tweet come in right before, a little bit before we started this kickoff. But by the way, really dope flyer for the IRL building at Bitcoin Nashville event. We've got the RSVP link here on QR code, but Bunzi, if you want to just jump in and I know you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but could give a quick rundown of what's to come this week in Nashville.
Yeah, so yeah, partnering with Control and the OpHack crew here, we've gotten some space at the Ord House, which is a very dynamic location where all types of ordinal projects are hosting either a brunch, some type of workshop, or a late night event. It's a compound of sorts, and if you went to Ord Denver, it's quite similar to that, but this one is a lot more structured. We have a unit where we have desk, power supply, just place for people to either come unwind and get away from all the all the networking to some degree, but just sit down and work. We all have a lot of work to do. I'm sure even on this call, a lot of people are working, and we're always kind of watching the market. So we've just designed a space for people to come and do just that. Also have whiteboards, projectors, notepads, just all the stuff you need to kind of just get in a good flow state of work. And then we have people like Bob Bodley coming through to do like ad hoc workshops. So if you want to learn more about Bitcoin, this is the place to go. If you want to get deeper in the trenches, this is also the place to go. And if you're not even a developer, maybe you're just a product founder or an investor, I would encourage them to come, because this is where you're going to find a lot of talent. And yeah, it just came from, I knew I was going to be working, and I knew a lot of other people, especially when Trump takes the stage. Even if you're a trader, this could be a place to come sit down and make some trades. So yeah, it's just a safe space to come work on anything and everything, but highly encouraged to work on the hackathon. Find teammates for certain bounties. That could happen here as well. It's every day. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 11 to 5 at the Ord House. So come by. It's open door policy. Just treat it like a co-work station and come in. There's high-speed internet, water, Red Bulls, everything you need to just like crack out and just like work on the next app or bounty or whatever you're working on. But yeah, I'm really excited to make this more of a tangible thing, because virtual is amazing. It's scalable. We get devs from all over the world, but it's always helpful to sit down and brainstorm and ideate in person. That's one thing I've found through working remote. Every time a team gets together, we make like a month's worth of progress in just a few days. So really hoping that takes place here, and yeah, looking forward to meet people. And yeah, we got some other cool special guests coming through. So yeah, if you want to learn some stuff, hack, break things, and learn, also network, come through. I'll be around. Several others will as well. But yeah, I hope that explains it well. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to clarify.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I've got the RSVP link up there, and I know I see a question in the chat regarding team formation aside from Discord. Hopefully, if you are pulling up to Bitcoin Nashville this week, I will be on site. I'll be popping up at this co-working too. So if there's any builders in the house that need assistance with finding a team, I'm more than happy to point you in the right direction. Also, with just getting started on BiddleBox in general.
Yeah, I'd be happy to as well.
Oh,
I'll be there.
Hell yeah.
So if you guys have any questions, I'm getting familiar with everyone else's tracks as well. I'm sure all these other folks are real busy with other events, as I know, but I'll be chilling there. So if it's not the open source track, no worries. This is for all of it. So come through. you'll find some other really creative people. So yeah, reach out and yeah, looking forward to it.
Awesome. All right. Moving along, because I want to make sure we've got time for the challenges. Sorry, I keep staring. Actually, the live stream is a little slower than the Zoom. But all right, up next we've got OP Hack key dates. I've mentioned these already, but just to give you a general idea of what's to come, we've got submissions opening on July the 24th. Submissions will be closing August the 14th. Judging will take place for a week, and then we're hoping to announce winners by August 23rd. And if you are registered for the hackathon, if as any workshops come up, you will be notified via email. I apologize to any of the builders that might be tuning in right now that received a million email notifications from BiddleBox yesterday. I was editing a workshop and yeah. So, but you will be notified as soon as a new workshop is posted. But for right now, we've got, in terms of virtual workshops, the ultimate utility for Bitcoin stables that will be presented by Bima Labs. I believe this is a laser eye workshop, and the details of the topic are TBD, I believe, but that's with Bunzi Seize Control. And we will be announcing additional office hours and workshops. I believe all of these sponsors should be or will be brought into the OP Hacks Discord channel or Discord thread on the BiddleBox Discord server. But Matt has been a super helpful resource in sharing getting started videos and tutorials, and also just bouncing project ideas off with builders. So if you are participating in the workshop, in the hackathon, you will be automatically invited into our Discord, where you can find team members, you can chat with the sponsors, and so on. All right. Now we are going to announce the tracks and the challenges. Just as a heads up, I believe we've got about all of them. These will go live. I just need to input. We had a couple more that need to be added into BiddleBox, but you are getting the alpha. When the challenges do go live on BiddleBox, you'll be able to access the full challenge description, acceptance criteria, judging criteria, and all the resources, and also the prize information. But this will be a general overview for y'all that are listening to get started. So here's the tracks overview. We've got the Bitcoin Smart Contracts track that is brought to you by Arch Network. We've got the Proto-Runes track brought to you by Sand, Shrew, and Oil. The Stablecoin track with Bima Labs. The Game track by Ords Games and BitBoy. And then lastly, Open Source Public Goods track by Laser Eye / Seize Control. And Bima, what did you tell us a little bit about your track?
Yeah, for sure.
For
So
your
thanks,
challenge.
guys. Yes, really appreciate it. Thank you guys for sort of joining. Really appreciate it. But basically, what the biggest thing that we're doing is, like I said in my intro, as we mentioned, like we're trying to build an omni-chain stablecoin. The biggest thing that's great about Bitcoin, even prior to this programmability layer where people are building on it now, the liquidity layer of Bitcoin is everywhere. You see wrap Bitcoin on all EVMs. Stacks has built their entire ecosystem on Bitcoin. You see Solana's making Bitcoin stuff. You see, now Runes and Ordinals, and now Near is doing Bitcoin stuff. The biggest thing is that we want users to love the ecosystems where they come from. So if you're a Near person, stay on Near. We don't want you to move or have to go through extra friction to be able to access liquidity and utility of awesome Bitcoin dApps. So what we're actually trying to do is we like this kind of a free-form play. I'm a big Barcelona fan of FC Barcelona, and the way Pep Guardiola used to have run the team, which is different from Man City nowadays, he enabled a lot more free-form play, and that's where the best successes happen. So if you're a Solana maxi and you want to develop a stablecoin protocol or some sort of stablecoin utility for lending and borrowing in Rust, you could do that. For Near, you could do that. With Arch, you could do that. For EVMs, you could do that. What we'll do is we will actually provide you two things. You could create or basically amalgamate an existing LST. So we're working with Lorenzo, BitLayer, a lot of other providers, and make a vault or that has a specialized utility. Or we could also give you the actual stablecoin output on one of these testnet domains, so you could test it out. The third thing that we can also allow for you to do is for you to basically have some sort of a stablecoin structure or some sort of stablecoin utility where we could basically take this account hash, give it to you, and essentially you get the ability to sort of use it in a sort of Bitcoin related fashion. So, you could basically build something for USDC, but we could basically change the account hash for something like ours. We want people to create really good utilities for sort of these different types of stables. So, the biggest thing that's there is when we're looking at omni-chain integration, we want these things to be able to be used in a wide variety of fashions. We want our application, which is something we're working on, to be able to take liquidity from all these different ecosystems. And at the same time, our stablecoin will be on all these ecosystems as well. So an application that would be great would be using bridges. It would be using different layer 0 protocols. It would be basically trying to create a seamless UX for the end user. And really, we're trying to make sure that it integrates with multiple blockchain networks and enhances a lot of the capabilities. But that's really something we're looking for within this track. It's really yield and utility. And if you could do that in a cross-chain fashion, wherever Bitcoin liquidity sits, that's really something that we want to look for. But examples could be vaults, lending pools, borrowing pools, stability pools, DEXs, AMMs, swaps, staking vaults with different sort of programmable strategies across cross-chain layers. These are just some examples that we're throwing out there. And, we really want to also find if there are people that can create stuff that have Web 2 functionality or RWA functionality. I know I'm throwing a lot of buzzwords out there, but really the stablecoin space is that vast. We think that there's a lot of utility and a lot of room for yield as well. But anyways, I'll stop yapping. That's really our track.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And up next, we've got, before I change the slide, Proto Runes track. There are 3 challenges, so we'll take some time for each. But moving on to Proto Runes, we'll start with this first one.
Yeah, how's it going, everybody? So, Proto Runes track, we really want to see some of the core applications, like blockchain applications, exist on Bitcoin L1. So, what Proto Runes is an extension to the Runes meta protocol, where you can actually add like a programmable layer, and implement like a custom indexer runtime, where you can you can build things like an AMM. You could build the first challenge here is exactly that. So we have like the AMM that we're asking to be built would be like a stable swap, could be a square root function, a bonding curve, could really be any kind of automated market maker on Proto Runes. We really want to see this happen, and I think Proto Runes is a great way to it's a great framework to architect systems purely on Bitcoin L1. So I think seeing actual AMM functionality on Bitcoin L1 would be really interesting. So this is the first challenge we posted. And we are actually publishing this repo very soon. I think we're trying to get it done up to today, just making a couple of edits to the spec and getting the Genesis Proto Runes transaction on chain, and then just to use it as a reference. But we have a full comprehensive set of examples where you can see how it all works, and we'll have that hopefully live by the end of the day today. But yeah, the other challenges we have the stablecoin challenge. So Proto Runes is perfect for doing a similar implementation as like something we've seen in like Maker Dai, or you could even have a centralized stablecoin system like similar to USDC. But really want to see a rune variant of stables exist on Bitcoin L1. So that's what we're asking for the challenge 2, and really hope someone can put that together. And yeah, so in the final challenge is on interoperability. We want Proto Runes is interesting because it kind of you separate your compute from your actual the consensus model when you use Bitcoin for consensus, and then just to use it for data availability, and then your the indexer actually runs all the compute. But the caveat here is that you end up with UTXOs with different views of value. And so actually having interoperability means you could have the way we think about it is you could make transactions that actually aggregate PSBTs or have some workflow where you can stack, like do a transfer that makes use of a runestone structure that we see from runes and the extensions of proto rune to atomically swap proto runes for other proto runes or proto runes for runes. So that's what that's our final challenge is that an interoperability solution built that's similar to this is what we're looking for. So yeah, we have a lot more information though. We'll be publishing the documents, like I said, later today. You can always message me. We'll be in the Discord as well for more information. So yeah, it's really exciting to see this stuff finally start to work. So I really hope that people can crack into it.
Awesome. Up next, we've got the gaming track with BitBoy. Tell us more. You still here?
Hey guys, yeah, so
Cool.
to explain a little bit about our track. So we started out with games on Bitcoin in the form of ordinal inscriptions. For those who are not familiar, inscriptions is a way of putting data on chain on Bitcoin. So every single Bitcoin node would have those ordinals stored inside of them, kind of like using Bitcoin as a storage layer. And so the games that we inscribed are tiny in terms of file size because every block can contain up to 4 megabytes of data. But to inscribe 4 megabytes of a video game would be huge. So the smaller the game size, the cheaper it would cost to inscribe it on chain. So we encourage whether the game is kept small or the game leverages existing code on ordinals. And there are libraries that's been described. We gave a few links to some JavaScript libraries that's already out there, and to leverage those. So this is one. Bottom line is this is one type of game. This is like on-chain Bitcoin game that we would encourage for submission, but that's not 100% strict. So we're also open to any games that are not on-chain. So you can just be doing an Android game that is compatible with a BitBoy hardware device, and we can make it play to earn using our we can using our well, we're going to make it into an API in the future, but for now it's just going to be we can work on just putting the code together to take the game scores and to put the scores on chain, and then to generate yield or so to give player earn opportunities based on the scores. It could be on a leaderboard, or it could be just the sheer amount of points that you earn can turn into a token turn into a token that ultimately gets paid out to your wallet. So we don't want to make it too strict, too restrictive in terms of only on Bitcoin. And here's some hardware specs of the BitBoy device. The model is called BitBoy 1, and you can see the chip here. It runs pretty much any game that isn't too graphic intensive. It's obviously not as technologically powerful as like the Steam Deck or the Switch or anything, any hardware with like a fan that has to cool it down would be much more powerful in terms of computing power. But this is a low power chip, but it still runs Unity games, games based on certain 3D rendering. It's achievable on this device. It's think of it like a low powered Android smartphone, pretty much. Yeah, so that's the hardware specs. Do I have
Awesome.
another slide after this, or that's it? Just 2 slides?
Oh, it was that, just because I wanted to make sure we got the specs up. And then you answered. There was a question on YouTube that said, since we don't have the device and it is Android based, can we build and demo it on our phone instead? I believe the answer is yes. And then you also gave an option for just any games to be developed on Bitcoin. Is that correct? Cool.
Yeah. So the more restrictive requirements would be the screen size, the screen ratio, the 4:3 ratio, because otherwise it would just look very strange on the device, and Android compatibility. So those two would actually be more important to adhere to. Yeah.
Awesome. And then actually, while we were presenting all these challenges, I did fill in a couple slides, but I would love to hear from Matt. We are gathering a little bit further details on the Bitcoin fund. Oh wait. Hello, Matt.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, but it's echoing. My bad. But we do have the Bitcoin smart contracts track by Arch Network. Matt, if you'd like to share some more details, as they will be.
Yeah, and also I'll add on to the gaming track as well, because certainly there are elements of gaming within the context of the Arch ecosystem, and we certainly want to support the Ords games community as well. So if anybody, it doesn't necessarily. I know the main track for the games is predicated around the BitBoy device, but if anybody is like adamant around wanting to build some sort of off-chain browser game with an element of wagering or Bitcoin asset or something where Arch can kind of come into the picture there, we're happy to kind of give a bonus prize or something like that if anybody wanted to go down that path. Because I think that would be also a fun little experiment to bring to the Bitcoin ecosystem, is maybe some, maybe degen friendly games, or maybe these little games of skill or chance that happen in the browser. I don't know how we can incorporate that within Ords games, or maybe that's a precursor to eventually putting it on the BitBoy device. To tell me, Seth, but happy to figure that out as we go, and just try to get as much prize activity as we can, so everyone has ultimate flexibility.
Yeah, I can bring a physical device to the Ord house where Bunzi is, and if anyone comes over IRL at Nashville, I can experiment with the device and get a touch feel of it.
And is there like a process where we can convert a browser game to BitBoy compatible, if it's like easier to generate a browser game for the hackathon, and then we have plans to put it on the BitBoy later using like the controller mapping or the screen resolution requirement or something like that?
Yeah, that's certainly achievable. So I would say, it's just like the screen is like much smaller than the browser, so just be wary of that. You can like make everything bigger. We don't have like, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, like we don't have like an existing tool where you can like one click and do that, but with any browser you can put it into like a Android web app, and yeah, certainly you can do a mapping of the controllers, and then it's achievable.
Cool. So yeah, something to think about if you're a dev that you're more comfortable with browser games and you want to give it a try, and then there's still an element of maybe there's an ongoing partnership that you can have with the Words games and BitBoy teams, then that's an option for you as a developer who wants to participate in that.
Awesome. All right, and then lastly, we've got the open source public goods track.
Well, let me first.
Sorry.
I guess I'll just like explain a little bit about the Arch like generalized track, not just the gaming component. So we have quite a bit of prizes and also investments that are up for grabs here for the smart contract track. This is a very, very general, I guess, initiative where you literally have an open canvas. If you want to build a lending platform, you totally can do that. DEX, any type of DeFi protocol or degen, Ponzi-nomic type of protocol that we've seen play out on Ethereum before, you could try. I think that this one is going to be really interesting to see what comes out of it, because it's completely open format. Like any form of programmability using Arch smart contracts, Arch programmable multisigs, as well as the proof of stake verifier network. So that can be liquid staking tokens, restaking, games, as I mentioned before, with an element of wagering. All different types of stuff it's totally your oyster. So you can go ahead and give anything a shot. If you want to bounce any of your ideas off of me in the Discord, I'll make myself available to let you know how I view that idea, or how it will jive with the Arch ecosystem and layer one Bitcoin, where all of this is going to be aimed to deploy at. So yeah, that's in a nutshell what is the opportunity is, and more specifically on the prizes. As I mentioned, there's both prizes and investments. So we have about $30,000 worth of prizes and investments for that track, which will go to a few different winners. Maybe like a top three teams. will be available to win those prizes. And then there's also an additional bounty or challenge, and we'll also be coming up with additional bounties and challenges over the next couple weeks to see what teams are interested in trying to help us with a few areas of tooling that we're interested in helping improve developer onboarding experiences and stuff. So like TypeScript libraries and stuff like that. That will be a challenge where if you want the person who has the most contributions to a TypeScript library to help with front end builders who want to deploy applications utilizing the RPC endpoint of Arch, then that will be something that we're willing to provide a $1,500 prize for. And then, as I mentioned, we'll come up with additional prizes and missions as time goes on over the next couple weeks. So stay tuned for that.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. I did a little bit of annotating on the Zoom call screen. Hopefully this appears for the stream as well. But we will be also just like via Twitter, Discord, and then also as we post the challenges, all that information will be live. And yeah, I really appreciate. I think for all the challenges, they're relatively. I mean, they're all sticking to a track, but very open-ended in terms of creativity. And I think it really just speaks to the need for builders on Bitcoin right now. Before we move on to the open source public goods track, I did notice that a lot of the challenges too, or just the general theme in this hackathon in terms of projects is if you have built a project maybe on a different blockchain or in a different hackathon, you can bring it, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounded like this for everyone, but you can bring it into OP Hack and build it on Bitcoin. And so yeah, if you've got a great project idea, maybe a winning project idea, bring it over here. And also noted that yeah, outside of this hackathon, there are opportunities to connect with VCs, investment opportunities, and so much more. But oh, let me get out of this annotation thingy. All right. Okay, I am so sorry that the annotating thing is now spamming the screen. But lastly, we've got open source public goods track. Budsy, give us a little bit more insight on what we are seeing here. Looks like quite a few challenges.
Yeah, so like I mentioned previously, for those that are tuning in now, we just at OmniSat released a library called Laserize, very similar to WagMe or Wallet Connect on Ethereum. And we're just looking for contributors to help, build this out with us. So the repo is live, the NPM package is also live, so you can start messing around with it now. And the challenges are just like laid out as they are here. It's just we have one example page currently in the repo, but building out a more robust example page, that's a challenge. The advanced Wallet Connect modal, similar to the Wallet Connect or Rainbow Connect pop-up that you see on Ethereum, that is also a challenge. We're encourage multiple frameworks there. So like Next.js, like React, Vue, some of these other leading libraries and frameworks to just make this thing as robust as possible for developers from any walk of life to come help. And that kind of leads into the cross-platform compatibility, and also just security audit, just to go through it and clean code is good code. So just anything and everything. These are all going to be judged and tiered out. So just help us go through and community audit this thing to find any vulnerabilities. Anything that's exploitable. That's definitely a good thing to submit. And if you could fix it, that's a bonus. And then also kind of just wanted to incorporate non-devs to hopefully kind of lead them down the path of maybe participating in the future. But just wanted to do some educational content, as I think it'll be beneficial to developers in the space, but also just traders alike. A lot of people don't even know what a PSBT is, and to kind of help them learn about that. I think the more people and devs we educate on this topic will just allow for more creative applications. And then just a video slash blog write up around how to integrate laser eyes into your app. So we're going to have the development lanes, and hopefully this is doable. I haven't even really consulted with Build the Blogs about this, but if the links are submitted properly and we can judge them, really looking forward to experimenting with the educational content as well. But yeah, that is what we've been working on, and it's very open-ended. The PR, just do a PR too for most of these, but yeah, really excited to get this going.
Awesome. Thank you very much. All right. So really quick, for those of you who have not yet signed up for the hackathon, I will have a QR code up with the landing page link. So that is where you will register. But if you are already signed up and you are completely new to BiddleBox, I will really quickly run through what the next steps are. As soon as those challenges go live, you will be able to select challenges. But once you register for the hackathon on BiddleBox right now, you will be able to either create a project or you can join an existing project. So if you are joining a project that might have already been made by someone who is participating in this hackathon, you will need a BiddleBox account, and they will invite you via email. All of that, if you are looking for team members or a project to join, you can find that on the BiddleBox Discord under Team Formation. Again, when you're signed up for the hackathon, you will gain access to our OP Hacks Discord thread, where you'll be able to ask questions to the sponsors, find teams, and general chat, and share some memes. And also, you'll receive notifications for any workshops or announcements and updates. Okay, so step one, join the hackathon, create a project or join one. And once the challenges do go live, you will be able to select which challenges that you want to submit your project to. So you will do that there. Everything is very straightforward, and we do have this information on some help docs as well. You can always reach out to me if you have questions setting up. We've got coverage all over the world, so we're always happy to help. And another thing, as I mentioned, if you have already created a project and you have found team members or you want to add team members, you will do that from your project page that you've created under settings. You'll invite your team members via email. If they are already set up on BiddleBox, be sure that you're using their BiddleBox user account email address, and they will be able to join your project. Okay, and then update your project details. You could also do that in settings under your project page. And just a couple tips. As you mentioned, the submissions will be taking place on August the 14th. And this is an old thing, but make sure that you've added all of your wallet addresses, not your meter wallet addresses, but your actual wallet addresses to your Biddler profile. Also keep in mind that the submission process will take about 5 minutes or so. You will be asked to provide further context on why you applied for this challenge or why you qualify for this challenge. It does not need to be a full-blown paragraph, but it will, you'll just need to provide further context that the judges and the organizers will see and review. Lastly, you'll confirm your team information and then submit your project. So try not to be a last-minute Lucy and give yourself just a little bit of time. But of course, if you have any issues and the clock ran out, you can always reach out to us on Discord or via email, and we're more than happy to help. But that does not mean procrastinate. All right, and then lastly, here's a couple important links. You can RSVP for the in-person building at Bitcoin Nashville at the Ord House. That is the QR code to the left. And you can register for OP Hack with the QR code on the right. If you are bringing on team members or inviting other friends, they will need to be sure to register for the hackathon and in order to join your team or to submit a project. But the more the merrier. Okay, I mentioned this earlier, but you can find team members on the BiddleBox Discord. And depending on how things go, we may have a live session. I believe we do have, I might need to set this up still, but on Discord, we should have like a voice room or a voice stage room channel thing where you can just chat with other builders and hopefully find team members or ideate and do whatever you need to do. All right, that's all I've got here. But Matt, would you like to share any closing words or anything that I might have missed here? I'll dish it over to you. I think he's on mute.
I think we might be on another call right now, just bouncing stuff. But thanks everyone for being here and appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Pav. And yeah, that being said, thank you so much to the sponsors that we have joining us for OP Hacks, Arch Network for putting this together, Sandshrew Oil Team, Bima Labs, Boards Games, BitBoy Squad, it's kind of one and the same, and then also Seize Control Laser Eyes. I'm personally really, really excited for this hackathon. I think we need to have more Bitcoin hackathons like this. Building on Bitcoin is really long overdue, I think, and yeah, it's a great time to be early. But yeah, thank you all for joining, and I will go ahead and all the sponsors here, I'll get you guys into our Discord. So for any of the participants, if you have any questions, you can field them on Discord or reach out to any of our sponsors, either I think on Twitter or Telegram. All right, y'all. Thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share. And I will end the session. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys in Nashville.
See you then.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Hosting, Annie.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
See everyone
Yeah,
here.
good